what's hard for me.
You think it's
What's
dirty?
hard for me is that it's such a dirty play.
Yes.
It's
Now.
let me finish. It's such a dirty play that I don't want to sit up there without absolute certainty.
Allow me.
And say somebody did that.
Allow me.
Sure, go ahead.
Allow me.
Sure.
It was a dirty play. Period. Obviously, from the first replay, you could see it was a dirty play. Props to Jeff Van Gundy, who, by the way, is, you know, he was a great coach, maybe even a better broadcaster. Amazing. But he got that right on the spot. Of course, it's a dirty play. It's a dirty... Jalen talked about it, and he did it. Bruce Bowen used to do it. Bill Laimbeer... Larry Bird was once talking about why he hated Bill Laimbeer, why he was a dirty play. Plays just like that as a dirty play. In boxing, Stephen A., we know the type. You're a huge boxing fan. You see it. Guy has a big head, bald head. He plans on using his head to headbutt. Sure. What does he do? Just charging with his head? No. But when they're close, he swings his head, and it's like, look, if your face happens to be there, not my problem. You're going to catch this head. That's what that play is. Pachulia is giving you a real disincentive to try to shoot in front of him because he's going to not give you a place to land. Did he mean to knock Kawhi out of the game, jeopardize the series by doing that? Not necessarily.
Probably.
Time out.
But hey, if you happen to land where I am.
But that's where I'm going.
But that's a dirty play. That's why the rule's in place.
I don't view it that way. In other words, if based on what you're saying, if you're telling me, oh, if your ankle just happens to be there, that's your problem.
Yep.
That's entirely different than a player going like this. He got hurt last game. He's a bit hobbled. And then I saw him trip into his own player just a few plays earlier, and he's been limping ever since. Let me take him out of here. That's an entirely different two.
Well, who says he wasn't thinking that?
No, I'm saying those are two separate scenarios.
Okay, but see, here's my point.
So you're saying his intention wasn't to take him out, and that's why...
I think when you're texting and you end up killing somebody, but you might not have intended to do that, all I care is what I saw. All I care about is what happened. And the history there exacerbates the whole situation and makes me very, very angry. But I'm still open to follow-up.
A basketball player should have a responsibility for the safety of the other 9 individuals on the floor.
Nobody wants to do anything that would put anybody else in danger for a game or a career. This guy's history is different.
Is this a situation where you're also considering Kawhi's long-term future when you decide whether he plays or not?
That's why we sat him in the Houston series, because we weren't sure. We weren't sure, what this injury was. And we did the same thing with Tim Duncan early in his career in the Phoenix series. He could have played in that playoff, and I sat him because he had a great future ahead of him. So we'll see. We'll see what the MRI says, but obviously he won't play.
What would you say to Spurs fans who think maybe he did that intentionally to Kawhi?
I mean, that's really stupid. I mean, I don't think I should be making comment. I'm not that good to doing nothing intentional stuff like that. I did my part, like I said. I had to challenge the shot, and especially it was a handoff situation, and I saw that my teammate was, behind the screen, and I had to challenge the shot. That's what I did, and turned around and for the rebound, and that was it. I hate, even though anybody going down like that with injury. I'm an athlete too, so I know how it feels, and I don't wish to anybody, even though we're facing against them. I'm pretty sure we are capable of beating anybody. So again, I'm not standing for it. Wish nothing serious for him, because we are colleagues at the end of the day.
Did you think Pachulia stepped under your foot when you landed?
Did he step under it? Like a purpose?
Yeah.
No. He was contesting a shot. It was shot clock was coming down, and I have to see the play.
To to your right, Phil Barber, Santa Rosa Press Democrat. For either or both of you guys, Twitter's blowing up a little bit about whether that was a dirty play by Zaza not to give Kawhi a landing spot. How do you respond to that idea?
Zaza's not a dirty player. I mean, you got to time that perfectly if you want to, if you want to hurt somebody. I mean, we're not that type of team. Kawhi's an unbelievable player. We got nothing but respect for him, but we wish that he gets healthy, but we didn't, he just tried to contest the shot, man. Guys were playing hard. It was an unfortunate situation. I wish it didn't happen, but I don't think it was intentional. I mean, and you can't listen to people on Twitter. They're irrational. So, but we wish that, hopefully he plays next game and his ankle gets better, but it wasn't intentional at all.
Felicia Purcell, Sports in the Bay and the Martinez News-Gazette. When do you guys feel the rust started wearing off, and what was the plan after Kawhi went out?
I mean, when you're down 25 points, if you don't wake up then and something's wrong with you, we didn't come back to the bench and say, look, Kawhi's out, let's change up what we've been doing. I think, obviously you've seen what this team did in Game 6 of the last series, so we knew that they weren't going to just lay down. And, they were going to continue to do the same thing they always do, move the ball, find mismatches, offensive rebound. So we knew that, but we didn't come back to the bench all excited because Kawhi wasn't out there. We knew we had to go try to take this game no matter what. And but we knew that was one less ball handler. But Manu came in and did a great job for him as well. So they got weapons. They're a deep team, and they play together, and they got a really, really good system. And we just try to stick with it every possession, and we battled it out and was able to get a W.
CBS Radio. To lose a game like this that you seemingly had control of through 3.5 quarters, how does a team bounce back from that? You've been through so many of these wars. Mentally, how do you adjust? How do you bounce?
It's the toughest part. It's very hard to react from a game like this. I was just saying in Spanish that I always prefer to lose by 20 a game like this, in which case the home team relaxes a little bit, feels good about themselves, and we are hurt, we are angry. And the opposite happened. We played an outstanding game for half and a little bit, and then they came back. They overplayed us. They were more aggressive, they made more shots. So it's tough. And besides, if it wasn't bad enough, we lost our best player that was struggling already with a bad ankle. So it's hard to see the positive, even though we were up 20-something up. Very bad outcome of the game.
Manu,